to proposed legislation number 08-31-03, an emergency resolution to accept the material terms of the One Ohio subdivision settlement pursuant to the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding and consistent with the terms of the July 21st, 2021 National Opioid Settlement Agreement and declaring emergency. Commissioner Bell, or
this is the settlement with the distributors for the opioids. I sent you the term sheet of the kind of the FAQ for the settlement. As I understand, it's like 800 some million that goes to the state of Ohio. There's different sets of levels depending on how many municipalities agree to participate in the settlement configuration, so to speak. From what the exhibit shows, there's a good amount of money that would cover the city, but it's going to be designed to be. Carolyn, I don't think they've decided on the factors yet of how we'll receive those monies, because it has to go to either repairing, I think, future equipment of opioid issues, not as we do a big check. But it's what the Ohio Municipal League is pursuing. That's how we're going to allow it and follow up on that. But I already approved it, but you guys are on break.
any questions for Mr. Klein? Seeing none, move on to legislation number 08-31-04, an ordinance to reappropriate for the expenses of the city of East Lake, state of Ohio, for the period beginning January 1st, 2021, and ending December 31st, 2021, and declaring an emergency. Commissioner Bill?
Thank you. What was mentioned back in July was that when we had done the budget, we had not anticipated launching anything for parking over at the Athens Stadium, and that is all the groups that involve, participate, help us collect the funds, they get a portion of it. So part of the first line is to help increase so that we can pay out the parking based on what we're paying coming in. And then the second piece is for sewer, and really we had reimbursed us for the land that we purchased for half the land cost, which was an $80,000 cost approximately. And getting that revenue, I need to have the match for the expense. So I'm asking you to be able to spend that $80,000 that I got reimbursed.
Are there any questions for Ms. Shinwell?
This is for Angela, the debt is for the work with the other business under the bought the property behind the town. We split it.
Any questions? Seeing none, we'll move on to legislation number 08-31-05, a resolution declaring it necessary and determining to proceed with acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping, improving, maintaining, and repairing improvements necessary for making improvements to abate erosion along properties within the city, including within the lake communities, shoreline, special improvement district, together with all necessary appurtenances thereto, and declaring emergency. Mr. Mayor?
So this 5 and 6 has to do with the special improvement district, as we call it, SID. We have three residents. The parcel numbers on the attachment A that's over to list that you can get to you guys. Our 3 residents are ready to go to do the revetments in their yards, and then this will go through the auditor's office for the assessment.
So too, for Angela's sake, we did it initially through a DSID for the benefit of the value member. This is a similar process that they have for shoreline improvement. So this is the lake shore improvement.
So the first round was about $3.5 million of the project. Secure about 20 million. So we think after some people start seeing, we'll get more of these. We'll have to do this every time someone has to go.
This will be for every time a resident.
Yeah, every time a resident do this function through the special improvement district, we'll have to pass this each part.
And
every parcel that they do with it.
And then just so for just for your benefit, special improvement district is from, correct me if I'm wrong, Lilith all the way up to
Madison. So all the biggest, we made the biggest city in the whole state of Ohio.
And for the record, 08-31-06, an ordinance levying special assessments for acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping, improving, maintaining, and repairing improvements necessary for making improvements to abate erosion along properties within the city, including within the lake, communities, shoreline, special improvement district, together with all necessary appurtenance thereto, and declaring an emergency and the mayor's displeasure.
Yeah, so once, if you pass it tonight, we get the signatures, and I will look on an email, we can send all legislation over to the board.
So, but again, just to bring up to speed, the benefit is those assessments that go on the property, that give the lenders some security, so it's a little different than normal. That's what we're seeing.
Okay. Moving on, legislation number 08-31-07, a resolution certifying that there are unpaid bills owed to the city of East Lake and authorizing and directing the Lake County auditor to place these bills on the tax duplicates for collection of payment and declaring an emergency. Commissioner Duff.
Thank you. This is a housekeeping item. I come before you every year. The county does the collection of our water and sewer bills. When there are some past due bills, they gather them up. If they haven't been paid within a timely fashion, and after the amount of proper time, they come to us and ask us once a year to put it on the tax duplicate. So this is the time of year when we are asking you as council for permission to be able to put this on the tax duplicate for unpaid water and sewer bills.
Any questions for Commissioner Duff? Seeing none. Move on to legislation number 08-31-08, a resolution authorizing directing the mayor and director of finance to enter into a contract with Core and Main for catch basin stormwater work as part of the East Island project with a total of $35,538.90 and declaring an emergency.
This is the work that the service firms do on widening these islands for the lake.
Any questions for the mayor? Legislation 08-3109 has been removed from tonight's agenda. Legislation 08-31-10, resolution accepting the amount and rate as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor and declaring an emergency. Commissioner Duff.
This is a housekeeping item that we do at this time. And what happens is the county gathers up the levies that we have on there and gives us an estimate as to approximately how much money we will receive. We need to pass an acceptance that we will accept basically what the county has calculated on our behalf. And so it's merely housekeeping. It's the 2022 budget, and this is the tax money that they anticipate collecting.
Okay. Any questions, Commissioner Duff? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to legislation 08-31-11, an ordinance amending section 155.01C, part-time employees' hourly rates, unless specified otherwise, to include part-time administrative assistant and read as such and declaring an emergency.
We did not have a part-time administrative assistant in the ordinance, so this is to add one.
Okay. Any questions, Commissioner Duff? All right. And finally, legislation number 08-31-12, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of a conditional use permit to Stephen Pogowski, applicant for 4S0HIO2 DBA Culvers located at 34820 Street, East Lake, Ohio, 44095, B1 District, and declaring an emergency.
This was, you heard this in planning, this is for the, you do that, I didn't look at it, I didn't let me. Go ahead, tell me tonight. Go ahead.
So this is, for culverts, for outdoor seating and drive-through facilities. Everything's gone through planning and PCA, and this is our last stop.
Any questions for Mr. Lynn? Glad to have you back, Mr. Lynn, appreciate it. Okay, that's it under legislation. We have under miscellaneous, we have the swearing in of our new council person, Angela Schmidt, and we'll do that at a regular council meeting. And approval of numerous minutes, I think that's probably catch up. We greatly appreciate the hard work. That being said, this council as a whole committee meeting is adjourned at 7:13 p.m. Calling the regular council meeting of August 31st, 2021 to order at 7:13 p.m. Mr. President, we lead us in pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk please call the roll? Here. 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 Is there a motion to approve the agenda for the regular council meeting of August 31st, 2021? So. Is there a second? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. The motion carried, the agenda is approved. Now we'll have the swearing in of our newest council person, council at large, Angela Schmidt. Mr. Water? You want to have your table? Come on up. I'm sorry?
Anybody else? Repeat after me. I, Angela Schmidt, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and the law of the United States of America, the Constitution and the law of the state of Ohio, and the charter and ordinances of the city of East Lake, and that I will faithfully and impartially perform all duties incumbent upon me during my term beginning July 13, 2021, as councilwoman at large for the city of East Lake, Ohio. So help me God. Congratulations again. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting of July 13th, 2021? Is there a second? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes, the motion is carried, the minutes are approved. Is there a motion to approve minutes of the special council meeting of July 13th, 2021? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes, the motion is carried, the minutes are approved. motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting, September eighth, 2020.
You can read them all days if you want.
Yeah, can we just do that as one, is that fine? Okay,
Okay.
all right. So the regular council meeting is September eighth, 2020, October 13th, 2020, October 27th, 2020, November 10th, 2020, November 24th, 2020, December 8th, 2020, December 22nd, 2020. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? All right, will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Swan.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt. Mr. Myers.
Yes, the motion is carried, all the minutes are approved, and I believe we are now caught up on all of our minutes. All right. So, the next scheduled council of the whole committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September 14th, 2021, at 7 p.m. The regular council meeting immediately following the adjournment of the council of the whole committee meeting. I had some, so with our council person and some of the turnover of council, I have some committee appointments. So our finance committee will now be made up of Mr. Spot will be the chair, Mr. Gully, and Ms. Schmidt will be on finance. WPCC will be Mr. Overstreet, Councilman Schmidt, and Councilman Gully, and then Stormwater will also be Councilman Schmidt. We still have an opening for an ACDC liaison. I think we're going to wait until they set meeting, and then we'll do an organizational meeting, and we'll see where they go and move forward with that. And we will move on to motions. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Councilman Spot as Vice President of the Executive Council. Is there a second? No? Second.
I'm gonna vote.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Swan.
Yes.
Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt. Yes.
Congratulations, Mr. Spot. We move on to committee reports. Jason, do we have,
Port Authority.
Port Authority?
The Port Authority actually did not meet the promise because, people could make, they decided to take a break for the August. There was business to cover, but there has that reason. I don't think we're yet, but I should mention. It's a pretty successful year on the kayak walk. Probably not as successful as last year. That's because, not because it's not harmless, more because of the way we had a lot more rain here than last year. There was an incident where a kayak was stolen. Somebody actually rented a kayak from the delivery, and they never saw him again. So now they would require people to leave like an ID or a credit card or something behind just to ensure that they will come back with the kayak. Unfortunately, that's the case of a couple of people ruining it for everyone else. But given that it was an incident that happened, we have to consider the possibility of that again. So that's the way it's being done now. The Port Authority is also considering measures to mitigate debris. They're not focusing so much on ordinance amendments anymore, although there are a couple of possible changes to some of the ordinances that regarding already just giving minor things though. So when the ordinance committee reconvenes, that's something that they might consider. But apart from that, I spoke with Heather Elmer from Spring River Watershed Partners, and she mentioned that the Cleveland Port Authority has a program that's for the Cuyahoga River, because City of Cleveland's kind of in a similar situation come out of their Cuyahoga River, so they have a program that's for removing debris and things from the river. And we're kind of looking into seeing if we can do kind of smaller scale version of that. So that's more of the Port Authority's focus now. I think that's a better idea, a better plan for things, debris and things that would wash from upstream. So apart from that, I'm open for questions regarding the Port Authority.
questions for Mr. Castillo?
I just want to touch on what Jason talked about, with the kayakers. Actually, we had a call that night, and the resources we used that night was phenomenal. We had Coast Guard, we had them low ride, doing the lights, and see if there was a missing kayaker. We had police and fire there for that night. So there was a lot of resources that we used for someone that possibly took a kayak, because when we got the call, it was there possibly missing people in the lake, so we had to do that, we had to bring the county drones in, so it was just a bad night for resources that probably we didn't use in all the time and energy we spent that night looking for someone who was really there, so. I think it is a good idea that they do that, with taking the IDs so that doesn't happen again. That's my 2 cents on it.
And they still have not located the kayak, correct? Or
No, I mean, if someone took it, they're not gonna bring it back. I mean, again, we were told that there could have been too many people on the lake, so. And it was, 9, 10 o'clock at night when we got to the marina. And, people were calling me, going, what's going on? There's no flying helicopter looking for people. It didn't exist.
Just the idea of they putting on pressure. God forbid there's a problem. It'd be nice to have our hands with them.
Well, the other thing
They
too
do it,
is,
something happens to them.
all the resources we used that night, if there was something that really was going on, where they needed to go guard in that helicopter, and we needed to be somewhere else for fire or anything.
Which I could become a recovery, and it'd be nice to have that idea.
Absolutely.
Something about.
Yeah, good point. Okay, I think that's the only committee meeting that we get. So, with that being said, we'll move on to recognition of the public. Floor is now open for recognition of the public. A reminder that all remarks will be directed to the chair. They will not involve personalities. There will be 3 minutes per person and 30 minutes total. There's no one who signed up to speak. Is there anyone who wishes to address council? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move on to legislation proposed. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-01?
A resolution authorizing the mayor and director of finance to enter into a memorandum of understanding between the Board of Lake County Commissioners on behalf of the Lake County Stormwater Management Agency and the City of East Lake and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings to read into full? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call roll?
Mr. Spartan?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Kacinik?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Spartan?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Kacinik?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. The motion is carried. The legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-02?
A resolution approving change order number 5 in the WPCP capacity enhancement process with Great Lakes Construction Company and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings to read into full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Spartan?
Yes.
Mr. Kacinik?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Spartan?
Yes.
Mr. Kacinik?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. The motion is carried. The legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-03?
An emergency resolution to accept the material terms of One Ohio subdivision settlement pursuant to the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding and consistent with the terms of the July 21st, 2021 National Opioid Settlement Agreement and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings to read into full? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Spartan?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Kacinik?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Spartan?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Kacinik?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. The motion motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-04?
An ordinance to reappropriate for the expenses of the city of East Lake, state of Ohio, for the period beginning January 1st, 2021, and ending December 31st, 2021, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full? Is there a second? Second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second? Second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. The motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-05?
A resolution declaring it necessary and determining to proceed with acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping, improving, maintaining, and repairing improvements necessary for making improvements to abate erosion along properties within the city, included within the Lake Community Shoreline Special Improvement District, together with all necessary appurtenances thereto, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full?
So moved.
Is there a second? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Myers?
Yes. The motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-06?
An ordinance levying special assessments for acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping, improving, maintaining, or repairing improvements necessary for making improvements to abate erosion along properties within the city, included within the Lake Community Shoreline Special Improvement District, together with all necessary appurtenances thereto, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full? Is there a second? A second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt? Is there a second? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes. The motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-07?
A resolution certifying that there are unpaid bills owed to the city of Lake and authorizing and directing the Lake County Auditor to place these bills on the tax duplicate for collection of payment and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full?
So.
Is there a second? Second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Yes. Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second? Second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. Motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-08?
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to enter into a contract with Core and Main for catch basin stormwater work as part of the East Island project for the total of $30,538.90 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full?
So.
For a second? Second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
I move to adopt.
Is there a second? Second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Myers?
Yes. The motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-10?
A resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full?
So moved.
Is there a second? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt? Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second? Will the clerk clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Spawn.
Yes.
Ms. Smith. Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer.
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-11?
An ordinance amending section 155.01C, part-time employees hourly rates unless specified otherwise, to include part-time administrative assistant and read as such and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate reading to read in full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Spawn.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Ms. Smith. Mr. Meyer.
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Spawn.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Ms. Smith. Mr. Meyer.
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 08-31-12?
An ordinance authorizing the issuance of a conditional use permit to Stephen Kaminsky, applicant for 4SOHIO2, doing business as Culver's, located at 34820 Vine Street, Eastlake, Ohio, 44095, B1 district, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate reading to read in full? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Spawn.
Yes.
Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Ms. Smith. Mr. Meyer.
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Spawn.
Yes.
Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis. Ms. Smith. Mr. Meyer.
Yes. The motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. We have no legislation pending, no unfinished business, no new business. We'll move on to administrative reports. The first report is from our Air and Safety Director, Dennis Maloney.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome to this evening's meeting, everyone. First of all, the auditor's office will be mailing out, this Friday, the evaluations of all the homes in the county. What we're hearing is, some homes will be, up 15 to 20%. The auditor says that will not have a big impact on tax increases, but, I guess when you get your letter, they'll have, if you want to, if you disagree with how they reevaluate your home, they'll have a certain time that you can go to the auditor's office and set up that for, an appeal. This weekend, I left y'all schedule of the events for the Harbor's 100-year birthday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I know Saturday for sure they want to introduce the elected officials, so if people are around 7 o'clock on that night, can be down there to join me for that. Croatian Lodge also will be having a big soccer tournament this weekend. If you're out and about, Canada's not coming this year, obviously, because of COVID, but they're going to have a big soccer tournament over there this weekend. They can contact me on that today. Dave touched on Culver's. That build should be a 120-day build, so they're hoping to be ready for either January or February opening. I did touch base with people looking at the DP. They still have a couple of glitches that they're working on, so hopefully they get moving on that and something there. Obviously, we've seen that the car wash has started their build, and then we're looking forward to eventually starting our NOACA meetings on Vine Street. We received the, met with the water, been meeting with the watershed, so probably by next, council meeting, we're gonna rent out the post office to the watershed. We'll probably have about 4 people working in there. They're gonna do some work to, clean up. They're gonna be working through Dave, taking where the boxes were, so, that'll be a good addition, some rent it. Right now, obviously, it's empty, so I'm looking forward to that. Randy was looking at the lease today. They had a couple of things they were going to change. We should have that for the next meeting. Frontier's been talking with Dave for the housing development in Washington. We're going to try to have that on the next council meeting or the 28th, so they can at least put the roads and water lines and things in, so they can at least maybe build one home before the winter. So they can go full throttle next spring, and then TAP, site plan and all that will follow. The OPM not get any money through them again for next year, Tom sent over a list of some roads, so if there's roads in your ward, or that you feel in the city that need repaired, except for Davis and St. Lawrence, we can those in. And then, so this year, as you know, before we went on break, you passed legislation on concrete and asphalt. Those won't be started till October. So the plans are, down the Tom Service Department, we're gonna try to get the roads that we think need repaired by the end of the year, so we can possibly bid in January, February, so they can start in the spring instead of us always being behind the eight ball. Usually, we've always waited because OPWC money doesn't come out until July, seeing we've not getting any money next year. We're gonna just try to do that. I do have a list of roads that I think I spent, they'll start in October, both asphalt and concrete. And then, September 5th from 11 to 3, we're gonna have a car show in the back here for suicide prevention. We're working with outside groups, all different jackets from PD will be working there also. All the way to suicide prevention. On 9/11, we have a 20-year memorial that'll start at 11 a.m. We work with the chiefs and the American Legion. I'll get you the chief suggested we do in-house programs, so we did probably run off 300 of those. She's almost done with those. I'll get you guys a copy of that next so you can see what the agenda is for that day. And finally, on my appointment for council, I've looked at a few things, and with the election, basically voting starting in another month, I've decided to wait till after the election, and I will appoint the person after the election. When the vote is certified, voting starts about a month early for next year. I think that at this time, the most fair thing to do with the election right around the corner. That concludes my report, and I'm open for questions.
Any questions for the mayor? I have one, Mr. Mayor. I have, quick question. I assume we're going to continue to operate the ATM over there?
Yeah, that's a separate agreement with mine.
Okay, very good. All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We'll move on to our fire chief, Ted Whittington.
Thank you, President. One thing, I know that there was only a meeting last week that canceled, we still did the swearing in. As always, I appreciate the ability to do that. And it is your meeting, and you guys are always gracious, and a good turnout, and I'm very happy, and I got to do some pictures. So, yeah, I just want to make sure you guys know how we appreciate it. Thank you for that. So that's questions.
Are there any questions for the fire chief? You and the police, we're always happy to have you here and always happy to have this morning. We appreciate you allowing us to participate. So, all right, we'll move on to our police chief, Larry Wright.
About 2 weeks ago, we got our final, the car that was demolished on the freeway. Back in March, we got the car outfitted and then back on the road. The one that was involved in an accident maybe 6 weeks ago and was repairable and is also back on the road. We are back up to a full fleet now, and hopefully it will continue. We've had a busy summer, nothing really over extraordinary, but a lot of younger officers, and we're staying active out there, but pretty safe summer for the most part. Nothing else.
Any questions for the chief? Thank you, chief. We'll now move on to our chief building official, Dave Madden.
Thank you. I appreciate everyone filling in for me or there doing reports. I also like to thank council, the administrators, the people of Eastwood, contractors, everyone that has helped me, my wife, and my family kind of get through what we went through. So I really greatly appreciate everything. And with that, that's it.
Any questions, Mr. Madden? I'm glad to have you back, Mr. Madden. And we'll move on to our city engineer, Tom Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council, Mr. Mayor. The only additional thing I have to report on engineering is we put in 2 applications for grants to the Ohio Department of Development for water
in wastewater. A total of about $4 billion, of which we asked for 90-10 split, 90 grant, 10% local money. We scored in the top 10 projects for the county for the Waverly 2 relief school, which is coming up very, very soon. So we're going to get extra points on the application for that. We'll see how that shakes out. The other application was for lining sanitary sewers down in the Galilee and Harbor areas that are taking a lot of water, a lot of fresh water from the ground these days, lake level and a number of other things are contributing to that. So we're hopeful that one or both of those applications may gain some traction. And I'll let you know, sir, with that, I'll open the questions.
Any questions for Mr. Moore? Thank you, Mr. Dwyer. We'll move on to our finance director, Darlene Schindel.
Thank you. We're still in the middle of converting our software from the old version to the new version. It's going very well. There's so many moving pieces and parts that we're doing it a little at a time, but we're still in the middle of conversion. We're looking forward to the day when we'll be done, but I really don't anticipate that until close to December. But that's about it. I have no other activities to report this time, but I will have some questions.
Any questions for Mr. Schindel? Seeing none, we'll move on to our law director, Randy Clement.
Thank you, Mr. President. One of the things I know the mayor was working on, the early field repairs, so I met with him on that, but he's working on that part, hopefully won't take it with me. And the only thing I would just clarify is that subdivision approval for Washington property, it won't make it to you guys for approval, it's all in the planning commission approval. So I don't want to give you guys the impression that it was going to find its way to you guys. So when they get everything to David, Tom, they'll find out where the planning commission, expect to see Dave back on the good days.
Any questions for Mr. Clement? Anyone have anything else? All right, this meeting is adjourned at 7:46 p.m.